What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Ghost of T.Sizzle, back from another Vizzle. For today's video, we're going to do a review of the Chimera Ant arc. So I finished watching the Greed Island arc, and then it goes into the Chimera Ant arc. I thought the Greed Island arc was not good. There was a few cool moments, like the dodgeball episodes, and what else? Them meeting Bisky and training to learn Nin. That was pretty interesting. But overall, I thought the arc was not that good. It bored the shit out of me. Didn't really care about the cards. I mean, at first, I thought it was gonna be fun because they got transported into a video game, which turned out to be like in the real world, but they had like powers or something. I don't know how that works, but I thought it was gonna be fun, like some sort of online type shit. But it wasn't that interesting to me. Chimera Ant arc started off amazing. So after I finished the Greed Island arc, I told myself, I said, if this show does not get good within the next 10 episodes, I'm finna stop watching it. I said, just woke up because I've been binge watching. No, because I've been wanting to finish this fucking arc, but yeah. So I'm a little sleepy now. I told myself, if it does not get good within 10 episodes, I'm gonna drop the series. But every episode I watch, episode 76, because the Chimera Ant arc has 61 episodes. Episode 76, they find Kite and all of that. Every episode was just good and good and good. It was very engaging. It was very engaging and sucked me in, right? Very good. Very dope. The concept of the Chimera Ants was pretty dope. They're ants that they gave a theory on how the Chimera Ant queen got big like that, evolution, because of like they gave like a little theory, but it was nothing was never confirmed. But so so I guess it's, yeah, they never confirmed why she got to that size. But when they eat humans, but when she got to that size, anything the Chimera Ant queen eats, she can transfer those genes to her babies. So let's say if she ate a fucking shark and ate a human, she can make a shark human ant baby that has the abilities of a shark but the brain of a human and stuff like that. And she needs to eat because her goal is just to create an army of soldiers, like with the grunts being at the bottom. I forgot the name of them. Was it? No, the grunt, officer, squad leader, royal guard, king, and then queen. But yeah, then king. The king is the top of the baby hierarchy. Well, the queen and the king are like on even levels, honestly. But once she has the king just goes off and does his own shit, and his job is to just make another queen, so that queen can keep having more babies and babies and babies. And that's their main goal, is just to multiply everywhere. Just like every species' goal in this world is just to multiply. But thought the concept was pretty dope. And we start seeing these hybrid creatures, and the Chimera Ants are very, when they first appear, very interesting. They had me hooked to the screen like this. Very interesting, very engaging. And Kite and Gon and Kahlua and Kite's little squad, their goal is to exterminate these ants because they can cause major problems, especially now that the queen got bigger. they can cause major problems, right? Especially if she starts eating humans and stuff like that. It can cause problems. So they're trying to find the queen and get rid of her. I believe, yeah, they're trying to get rid of the queen and get rid of ants, stuff like that. But during the search of trying to find these ants, the ants are learning. They're learning how to talk, learning how to read, learning how to use weapons throughout the course of the hunt. They're eating humans. They're giving them to the queen, because now the queen, now that she, as time passes, she already gave birth to the grunts, the officers, the squadron leaders, and now she's trying to give birth to the royal guards. The royal guards are the people that watch over the king, protect the king only, and protect the king. Well, they protect the queen, but once the king is born, then they just only protect the king. So she needs a lot more food to make the royal guard and king, because in order for her to make a powerful royal guards and king, she needs a lot of energy. So she's telling the other ants, hey, y'all keep bringing me more things to eat. Now, at first, she was just eating like animals and shit. But then she's like, oh, these humans taste good. Feed me more humans, right? So now they're giving her humans every day. I think it was like 50 humans a day or something like that. I think, yeah. She was eating hundreds of humans a day. Hold on. And yeah, she just kept eating more and more humans daily. Stuff like that. What else, man? Yeah, and they're trying to, then, eventually, Gon and Kahlua, the ant named Ramont finds Gon and Kahlua and fights him. Now, first, Kite tells Gon and Kahlua, hey, listen, this is going to be a dangerous journey. If you do not feel, he said, it's going to be a dangerous journey. If you do not feel that you're up for this, turn back now. And he told him that multiple times, and Gon and Kahlua like, nah, man, we going to keep going. Remind you, I forgot to mention, Kite is King's student, and Gon is trying to locate his dad. That's one of Gon's main missions, is to locate his father, to understand why did he leave. Why did he leave, and what for? Why did you leave? Why did you not stick around for me? Which is a solid statement. He wants to find out. And throughout his journey, it appears to be that Ging is laying out a path for Gon to follow. And Gon is following the path to get him more stronger, stuff like that. So he meets Kite. Which, to be fair, hold on, I'll get into that. He meets Kite, who is Ging's student, and Gon sticks around because this is my dad's student, and I believe Gon met him one time when he was a little boy, and I guess Gon took a liking to Kite and stuff like that, even though he barely knew him. But that's an anime trope. People getting attached to people that they only knew for like one day or some shit, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's what happened with that. Which, like, the show was kind of hinting like, maybe the reason that Ging left is to make Gon stronger through having him follow this path, which I think that's complete bullshit, because you can still make him stronger with you being in his life. So that's what the show is hinting towards, but it's like, I don't buy that. That's like my dad just abandoning me, and I left, and then I left to make you strong. It's like, dude, you could have helped me get strong, but you still being here. So the show does not outward say that, but that's what they're kind of hinting towards, which I think that's complete bullshit. So, anyways, so what's going on now? So yeah, man, they find this ant named Ramon. He's like a fucking rabid chimera ant, and Gon and Kalua fight him. Right. Throughout the course of these episodes, well, they started to practice on it in the Greed Island arc. Gon is learning how to master his Saijo Michael Jai Ken. Yeah, you know, and Kalua is trying to master his Godspeed. So they fight him. Kalua shocks the fuck out of his ass with the Godspeed shit, which his Godspeed is not perfected. And Gon hits him with the rock move, punches the shit out of him. And then that's when Colt comes in and saves him and stuff like that. But we find out somehow that Ramon, from getting punched by Gon, it somehow opened up something inside of him, like it kind of reminds me of like the 8 gates in like Naruto, how like the characters like their chakra is kind of restricted, but the 8 gates busts it open, and so when Gon hit him, it kind of bust open his nin, like his nin pipe or some shit, and now he's using nin and stuff like that, which I kind of found that to be kind of bullshit, because even if Gon did do that, bust open your shit, you still should know how to do it like that. So then he's doing, not only is he using nin, the aura, he's doing like Ko, where that's what Bisky was teaching Kalua and Gon, where you can manipulate the aura where you can put most of the aura on your fist for attack, or put it mostly on your body for, as just an overall defense. So I found that to be a little like, okay, but what the fuck? And then now Colt finds out about that. He said, maybe this happened when you got punched. Punch me the same way, and maybe I can have your abilities. So now he punches Colt. Colt gets fucked up, but then he gets in, and now everyone's being fucking. Now they come to the conclusion, hey, let's all punch everybody full power, and let's give everybody nin. But some of them couldn't do it because, remind you, at first the queen was eating animals. Then she started eating humans. So when she was just eating animals, the animal chimera ants were not as smart as the human hybrid chimera ants. So I believe that the more animalistic chimera ants couldn't do it, but the more human-like ants could do it, right? So now they got fucking nin now, which is fucking crazy, which I thought that was an ass pull, honestly. And the show, says that the chimera ants are extremely adaptable. But even if they're adaptable, they still shouldn't know how to use nin like that. It just does. See, listen. Well, I'm going to get into that. So, eventually, the queen gives birth to the royal guards. Pito, which I thought she was a very interesting character. I actually like Pito. She was very cool, and kind of cool in a way. Pito, and then I think it was Yuppie, and then Pito, Poof, Yuppie. I thought Poof was. I did not like Poof. I did not like Yuppie. I thought they both was not good character. I thought they both sucked. I only like Pito. But yeah, Pito was cool. She fucking killed Kite. Well, no. Well, hold on. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Hold on. Hold on. Right? So, yeah. And these motherfuckers are just, the Royal Guards are just, so Ramont, the first ant to learn Nin, he thought he was tough shit until Pito got born. When Pito was born, he was like, just feeling her sinister energy. It just scared the fuck out of him. Cause at first he was like, yeah, nigga, I'm the top dog, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm the top nigga, you know what I'm saying? Then when Pito stepped in, then when she was born, walked up to him, he froze in place, started sweating, then he bowed before her like this, pretty much symbolizing, nah, nigga, I ain't nothing compared to you. So yeah, that was he had realized, nah, nigga, I ain't shit compared to this woman. So that was pretty dope. And then what else happened after that? So yeah, she didn't eat him yet. So yeah. So now the royal guards are here, and now the queen is now trying to give birth to the king. Now she needs more and more food, and then I think at one point she eats a couple Nin users, people that actually use Nin, and she said, "Oh my God, these people are so nutritious." So one Nin user, I believe, has the nutrients of 1,000 humans. So if she eats one Nin user, they have the nutrition of 1,000 humans. So she actually eats a couple of them, and these guys are like mid level Nin users. They're not top. They're like mid level. She eats a few of them, and she's telling her soldiers, "Hey, try to find more of these people as possible." But the thing is, everybody in the show does not know how to use Nin. Only some people know how to use it. Now everyone in the show has aura inside of them, but they don't know how to use it. It's kind of like how Naruto, everybody has chakra, but everybody don't know how to use it. Dragon Ball Z, everybody has ki, but don't know how to use it. So, so she's like, oh, you know, just only give me these kinds of people, but she doesn't understand. She doesn't know that everybody can't. These people are not plentiful, so they eventually decide they come up with a name for Nin users and call them rares. But yeah, man, yeah. So blah 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 stuff's happening. Kite and Gon Kalua get close to the nest. P2 senses him, jumps at Kite full speed. Kite tells Gon and Kalua, "Run away!" Which he even said prior, before them going into the forest, NGL, the place where there's no technology and all of that, a Icelandist nation. He even tells them, "Hey, if y'all decide to come with me, I'm not going to save you." But then I guess he changed his mind because he started to care for them. He was like, "Oh, run away!" And then when he lowered his guard for just like 1 second, she came in, cut his fucking arm off. Gon gets mad. Kalua knocks him the fuck out and runs away because they couldn't beat her. So Gon was gonna fight her. Kalua was like, "Oh nah, bro, we gotta get out of here." So they ran away. Kite fights P2. He dies, which I believe was like a mid-diff battle for P2 because she had some scratches and cuts on her, but she wasn't completely fucked up. So I would say that was like a mid-diff battle for her. All this time, my throat still is fucked up. Still, that's crazy. It's gotten better, but it's still fucked up. So I gotta drink a lot of water to keep talking. But okay, what else happened? Yeah, so they oh shit. Oh, I forgot. There were like 5 other NIN users that went into the nation because they got a distress call and they was going to see what happened. 3 died. 1 got captured. No. 4 of them died. Well, they all died eventually, but initially 3 died first, and then 1 got captured who later died. And there's 1 who managed to escape the incident because there were some ants that had jumped him. There's a girl who escaped, and she has these bees that can go send a message. She sent her bees to go to the hunters. So she tells the bees, hey, go. First she writes a note. It says, hey, and she tells the bee, give this to the strongest hunter you can find. The bees find Kite, and then I think Kite transponded the message to his other crew, and they delivered it to the Hunter Association. The Hunter Association gets the message, and they send forth their strongest, which honestly they didn't even send forth their strongest people. They didn't even do that, which is absolutely ridiculous. So they send forth Neteru, who's the strongest hunter of all of them. He's the strongest of them all. Then they send Nav and Moro, who are also among like the top hunters. But so this was fucking, now this part was stupid as fuck, honestly. This part was dumb. So Gon and Kahlua, well, Kahlua knocked Gon out. Gon's knocked out, and it's just Kahlua. He's sitting there. He's sitting at the border, just distraught. He's just sitting there like this because P2's aura is so sinister. It's so evil that it just fucks you up mentally because it's so dark and evil. You know, just think about the worst feeling you ever got. The time you felt fear, and just times that by 10. It's just so fucking horrifying that he's just like, you know, he's just fucking just fucked up, right? So Moro, Nav, Neteru arrive at the border. And they're like, you know, they look at him, they chop it up for a bit. Kahlua is like, you guys have no chance. Like, you know, you guys have no chance. And then Nav is like, young boy, you're just terrified right now. You don't know what you're talking about, right? And then Moro kind of makes fun of him as well. But he said something that was kind of contradicted. I forget what the fuck he said. He said something like, he said something like, I forgot. He said something like, aura doesn't only decide the battle or something. Like, pretty much meaning just because she had a big aura, that doesn't mean that she's unbeatable or something. Something, I forgot word for word what he said. I fucking forgot. But it was something that, like, I forgot, bro. But I fucking forgot. But it was something he said that kind of, I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, they go in there, you know, they're taking out ants, stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to mention, Gon and Kahlua and Kite also took out some ants as well. So Neteru, Nav, and stuff like that, they're taking out ants. Their main objective is to kill the king and the queen, I believe. That's their main objective, kill them too, because their mindset is, oh, if we kill these people, well, the king isn't born yet, but he's like, if we kill the queen, then the colony will start to fall by the wayside, because the queen is like the what's the shit called? She's like the basically they thought that if you kill the queen, everything else fucks up. So that was their main goal. Kill the queen. So yeah, Netero tells Gon and Kahlua, oh, you know, there's these people that's in a city close by. If you beat them, you could tag along. Basically, and he said, y'all have 1 month to defeat these people. But they're actually moral students, and they have to defeat Gon and Kahlua. And whoever wins gets to come and help them with the Chimera Ants. But I just thought this was kind of stupid, because if they knew that these ants was just like one of the greatest threats ever, you should have sent all of the best hunters you have, all of them, or at least 10 of them, at least 10 of your best, 10 of the best that you have to go into NGL. You don't now. Maybe they thought, okay, we got into 3's enough. Maybe they thought, okay, with 3's enough, plus 2 hunters that are good but not great. Maybe they thought that was enough, but just to be safe, that they just should have sent like at least 10 of their best warriors. Yeah, man. So eventually Meram is born. Well, Gon and Kahlua, they go to their little side quest, and they actually lose that fight, which I thought they needed to lose, which is a good thing. And the pacing is really good to this point. The pacing is really good. Sequence of events are going along in a exceptional fashion. It's not too slow. It's not too fast. It's going along perfectly. And Gon and Kahlua is like the things that I wanted to happen the way that it should have happened, which I appreciate the pacing of that, because I did not want to see Gon and Knuckles fight a full episode fight for the second time. I didn't want to see that. So they cut the fight short, and they cut the fight with Kahlua and Shoot short, which was great. So eventually, what happens? I was finna fast forward some shit, you know. Gon and Kahlua trains with Bisky. They get more stronger. Eventually, the king is born. Well, actually, he was premature. He actually busted out of his fucking mom's belly. The queen's like, it's not enough time. Stop. He said, shut up, bitch. Busted the fuck out of her motherfucking stomach. Guts all over the motherfucking place. He busted out of her stomach. She's like, right? And remind you, when the ants are born, they are fully developed. They're not born as little babies like we are. They're born just like the same age I am now. They're born fully grown. So imagine me being in my mom's stomach, and then I come out fully grown like this. Fully grown with intelligence, speech, walk, function ability with my hands and arms. They're fully grown. So he fucking bust out. What happened after that? There's this ant named Peggy. Oh, he's like, oh, the queen is hurt. We have to help her. He runs up the queen. Meram decapitates him with his tail. Decapitates him. He's hungry. So he takes his own brother, his own fellow chimera ant, takes his leg, eats it. This is disgusting. Throws it on the ground. All the other ants are staring at him like what the fuck? Then there's blood on his tail because he just cut dude's head off. He says, "You wipe it off." And then the dude Colt, that's his name. He's like, he shocked on what to do because he just saw him eat his fucking brother basically, because they're all siblings obviously. He's like, he said, "I'm not gonna tell you again. Wipe it off." And this other dude volunteered. "Oh, you know what? I'll just do it for you." He said, "Oh, I'll do it for you." Get his head chopped the fuck off. "Hey, I'll do it for you." He falls to the ground. Cole eventually gets the courage to wipe his tail off, and Merrim eats the penguin ant and the turtle ant. He eats them because he was hungry. Right? He's basically cannibalizing his own fucking people, which is crazy. So I'm like, yo, this dude is sick as fuck, right? But he was kind of cool. I thought he was cool, Thought he was kind of cool in a way, even though he was fucking fucked up, right? So yeah, man. So he eventually meets up with Pito, Youth, Yuppie, and Poof. They introduce themselves. "Hey, we're your servants. We're the royal guard. They take he's like, "Oh, I'm still hungry. I want something else to eat." They take him to a place, give him more food. He like they gave him humans to eat. So he's like, "Bitch, this chicken's cooked." And he didn't do that, but they gave him humans to eat, and he's like, "Man, this is disgusting. I need something else that's better." And then he remembered, he's like, "Yo, when I was in my mom's stomach, there was a couple times where I ate something that was so delicious." And they were like, "Oh, you must be talking about the rares." And remind you, the rares are the humans with nin abilities. "Oh, that's what they're called? Oh, I need more of them kind of humans." So now they're going out, trying to find rares, stuff like that. Well, P2 tells him, "Hey, well, like the best part of the human is their brain." So he goes out, kills a little girl, eats her brain. He said, "Oh, it's cool, but I still want the rares." Merrim is also somebody who's very unreasonable. Like anything can piss him off and can make him want to kill you. Anything. You do the slightest thing around him, he'll kill you. Any slight thing that irritates him. Because Pito offered some advice. He didn't like it, and he smacked the shit out of her with his tail. He's like, "So imagine this is tail." He said, "Oh, sire, may I give you some advice?" And she says it. He says, whoosh, smacks the shit out of her. He said, "Do you think I'm an idiot?" Or some shit he said. He's like, "Oh, she like, oh, I apologize. So he's a dude that has a short temper. Anything will piss him off and make him want to kill you. So, but it's in their nature to serve him. It's in their nature to follow him, despite the fact he's a fucking dickhead. So they go on about their journey. And the king, his goal is he wants to take over the world. He wants to be a world ruler. They go out. They find a suitable castle because the king doesn't want to stay at the nest that he was born at. He wants to make his own kingdom. He finds a castle, kills all the people within it, takes it over. Takes it over. Now he's the ruler of the place. But he still needs an army. So he's going to use the humans as an army to help him achieve his goal of world domination. So obviously the humans aren't going to do it willingly. So Pito, they're working on a way to make the humans into a mindless soldier. So they work on some shit to make the humans into like a mindless soldier to do whatever he says do. So he has Pito manipulate the ruler of East Gorio or whatever, and he's trying to gather all the humans to the palace to, because obviously, like, yeah, because Pito has the ability to manipulate people. So she manipulated the world, well, not the world ruler, the ruler of the country that they lived in, and made him make a national announcement. Hey, you know, all the humans, you know, y'all have to come to this area one at a time. So let's say this area goes at let's say on this day, this city goes over there to the capital. So let's say on Monday, this city goes to the capital. Tuesday, this city goes to the capital. He wanted to gather all the people there. Remind you, the people don't know that their ruler is being manipulated by Pito. So the plan is to make all these people into mindless super soldiers to help him achieve his goal of world domination. So that happens. Well, yeah, he gathers all the people there. And then, Poof has this ability to sprinkle some little fucking gay dust on the people and make them be like, that pretty much hypnotizes them, like, right? So eventually the other gang gets there. Remind you, Nav, who is like this composed, well-dressed dude, his goal, he has the ability to make portals. So his goal was to make portals by certain areas of the palace in case they need to make a escape. But he feels Pito's energy the same way that Gon and Kalua and Kite did, and it horrifies him. He's like, to the point to where after he accomplishes his mission, he's like, hey man, I'm not fighting. I believe he took out a couple ants. He actually helped take out a lot of ants, but he said, I am not fighting Pito. I'm not doing it. I'm not fighting her. It terrified him. He was fucking crying. A dude who's normally composed and he's like very calm. It's just kind of reminded me of like Light Yagami when at the end of Death Note, he started to fucking go crazy as fuck and just be terrified, because no matter how composed you are, you're still a human. There's always something out there that can terrify you. So he's like, right? So, what else happened? Yeah, so this dude is terrified to the point where he's aging. He got scared so bad to where he's actually aging, like at a fast rate. The dude had to have been in his early 30s. This dude is aging. Like, imagine me, being like 25. I'm 24. I'm 26 right now. Imagine within like a couple of days, next time you see me, and I look like I'm fucking 70 years old. That's how much this shit terrified the fuck out of him. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So he actually praises Gon Kalua, like, yo, how can you guys sense this energy and y'all still want to keep fighting? It's just, you guys are incredible. So that was dope. And yeah, eventually, they get there. And remind you, I've got to mention Kahlua. Remind you, he's a assassin. He was raised to be an assassin. As an assassin, you're not supposed to take. You're supposed to get in there and get out. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, be quiet, find the enemy, take him out, and then go on about your business. Kahlua, he was taught to fight like that. He wasn't taught to fight just the most toughest opponent and duke it out like this. He's taught to try to find a way to get in there and get out. But Bisky told him, hey, the way you was taught was wrong. You're not supposed to fight like that. There's certain times that you can beat someone who's technically stronger than you. And I kind of felt like that was a pretty cool message. Like, okay, just because someone's stronger than you doesn't mean you necessarily can't always win. And it's true. And she gave the example, and it's true. Like, for example, let's say that this dude right here is the number one best fighter in the world. And then this dude right here is the second best fighter in the world. She gave an analogy like, okay, the best fighter in the world every single day they may not be performing at their best. So let's say if these two people fight, the best fighter in the world, let's say he's having a bad day. So he's not at the peak of his abilities. But the second best fighter in the world was having a great day. At the second fighter's best day could beat the greatest fighter at his worst day. And the analogy she broke down was actually kind of very interesting. And Kahlua was trying to fight his training. But we find out he actually had like a fucking thing in his head that made him think like that. Because she said, hey, if you never master this and get over this fear of fighting people stronger than you, you're going to leave gone to die one day. And Clue was like, oh, what the fuck? Because that's his best friend. So he's trying to fight. He's trying to fight that programming because he doesn't want to leave gone to die. Eventually, he overcomes it, which I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, eventually, the assault on the king finally happens. Kahlua's grandpa and Neteru, they come down on a dragon, and Neteru fucking bitch slaps Pito. Fuck out of here, bitch. She flies all the way over there. He goes to the king. Remind you, the king's evil as fuck, but there was a part where in order to pass the time between all the humans gathering in front of the palace, he wanted to play he wanted to play board games. He was playing like chess, checkers, any kind of board game possible. And so first he'll like read the book on how to play the board game, and then he'll have Poof send him the best player of the nation or in the world or some shit. And he'll eventually beat these people because the ants have a strong adaptability. So eventually he'll beat these people. What else, man? Eventually, because, he deduces like, oh, okay, every player has a certain rhythm, and if I can disrupt their rhythm, I can beat them. So eventually he plays, I think, was it Gungi? Is it Shoji or something? I forgot the name of the game they were playing, Gungi or whatever it was. And then there's a girl that Poof summons, who's a blind little girl. She's blind as fuck, which I kind of knew they were going to choose a character that looks like they're not the fucking best player ever. Because like that's a trope in anime. Like your expectation of a certain person is different from how they portray them. So it's a little blind girl who always, her nose always running. you know. And they play Goongi together. And no matter what he does, she just keeps beating him. No matter what he does. He could strategize this and that and this. She just keeps whooping his ass at the game. Over time, he starts to develop love and compassion towards this girl that he thought was a useless, lowly human. He starts to feel compassion. And I'm like, oh shit. Is he changing? Is he becoming into a good guy? You know, oh shit, okay. He just admired who she was as a person, and just every single question that he asked her, her response just was just like, wow, this person is like very admirable, you know. He just really, you know, but his soldiers was like, why the fuck is he having compassion for this little girl? What the fuck? But yeah, man, they get there. Because there's a part where she got hurt, and he's like, oh, what happened to you? Are you okay? A king who never cared about no one but himself. He's having compassion for this little girl. So Neteru gets there. All the other hunters get there. They start fighting. Merum says, hey, can we go fight somewhere else? This, you know, I don't want no one to get hurt. He said, I don't want, he said it's probably beneficial for both of us to fight far away from here, because Neteru, he's trying to save the humans, and then Merum doesn't want to fight close by to where Kamaji doesn't get hurt. Yeah, so around this part, this is when the show starts to get a little not good for me personally, like kind of around this part. Kamaji gets hurt when Neteru and Kalua's dad infiltrate. So Merum tells Pito, hey, can you heal her? And stuff like that. P2 starts to heal her. Gon sees Pito over that little girl, and he's thinking like, oh, this must have been what she did to fuck up Kite. And he's going insane, to the point to where it seemed like because Pito's like, oh, you know, please, you know, don't do nothing, because the king wants me to heal this girl. And it kind of seemed like Gon, I don't give a fuck. I'll kill you and her. That's what it kind of seemed like. Gon didn't give a fuck. Like, hey, nigga, I'm gonna kill you and this, because his mind was just fucked up. Which I don't understand why Gon was so mad about Kite. Which I understand. Like, you barely know this dude. You had talked to him one time as a little boy. And then you was probably only around him for like what, 1 day. So you only knew this dude for like a day and a half or something like that. And you just have all this fucking feelings for him. Oh, Kite, like, dude, calm the fuck down, dude. Yeah, like, dude, calm down, man. It's just like, I can see if that was Kalua, because y'all have had more time together. But Kite, I understand that you may fuck with him, but it's like, bro, you barely know him. So, you know, I kind of found that to be like, okay, bro, you barely know the dude. But anyways, everyone's fighting. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about Poof or UP. They both suck. I don't care about. Only one I like is Pizza. She's cool. Neteru gets with Narum. They're talking. Merum is like, I want to stop inequality. At first, I despise your species, but I understand that there's some of you people that are very admirable. I can even feel it in you. So he starts to understand that not all humans are pieces of shit. Not all humans deserve to just be treated like dog shit. He starts to understand that through his time with Kamagi. Narum starts to, Narum's like, what the fuck? This what he really thinks? And he sympathizes with him a little bit, but Neteru sympathizes with him a little bit, but Neteru wants to have a fight. All the people that he's fought, he was able to beat them. And he's like, man, I just want to fight. This old man, because he practiced like punches for years, just practicing punches for so long, and to where he just transcended like the human ability for power. Like he surpassed the human limit of power. He surpassed his limits. And every person he fought always was, like, I guess I always want to shake his hand or something like that. He's like, nah, man, I want the smoke. I don't want no more compassion. I don't want no more trying to be cool with me. Like, nah, bro, I just want to fight. So that's when his selfishness and his ego got in the way. Everybody has a certain level of ego, a certain level of irrationality. He's like, nah, man, I want to fight. I want to fight the best of the best. I'm tired of always whooping everybody's ass easily. No, I want to fight the strongest nigga. So now it's not even just about his job and his mission. It's about his own personal interest at this point. So they get into a fight. He summoned this big ass Buddha statue, which is kind of similar to Hashirama's ability in Naruto. It was dope as fuck, and the music is playing. And then he's fucking palm in the hand number one. Fucking karate chops his fucking head. Whoosh. But Merum is still like, oh, that was a good attack. But hey, man, I'm just trying to talk. I'm not trying to be on that bullshit. But Neteru also senses, like, okay, he senses that Merum is caught in the middle. Merum has not fully changed. Half of him is on some evil shit, half of him is on some good shit. He hasn't fully he's not fully on the good side yet. Which, I guess Neteru deduced, like, oh, okay, well, 50-50 isn't good enough. and I think even if he was fully good, Neteru would still want to fight him just based on what I said. So he keeps on bitch slapping him, and then he said, you know what? He said, guess what, Merum? He said, guess what? I actually know your name, because Merum didn't know his name. Merum did not know his own name. He said, hey, if you can make me admit defeat, I'll tell you your own name. So he said, oh, okay. Okay. I just gotta fight you until I admit defeat, huh? Until you admit defeat, huh? All right, that's cool. So now, remind you, I don't give a fuck about. I could care less about the fight with UP and Poof. I do not give a fuck about those fucking fights. I thought the fight with Moro and Leo and Moro and Cheeto funny. And yeah, those were his best fights in my opinion. When he fought Cheeto and Cheeto had a new ability. That was funny when he fought Cheeto, and he said because it was a game of tag, and he had 8 hours to tag Cheeto. He said, oh, I was gonna fall asleep, and then Cheeto got irritated, and Cheeto got bored, and he started reading a comic book. And then Moore was like, oh, he said he got bored and started reading. That shit was funny as hell. He got bored and started reading. That shit was funny as hell. So yeah, that fight was dope. And then when he fought Leo, he fucking did some shit where he caused him to asphyxiate. I thought that was fucking dope. So those fights were cool. Eventually, I got tired of Cheeto, and that was dope when the Kalua's dad killed him with one punch. Like, the fuck, I'm tired. Got tired of his ass, and I got tired of fucking Flutzer. Nigga was knowing me too. He's over there. Naya's over there. Naya's over there. It's like, bro, kill this dude, man. So, yeah, Neteru and Narum, yeah, he's just, his Buddha statue, he's like, and he's just smacking the fuck out of him. But Merum is barely taking any damage. He's barely taking any damage. And apparently all this happened within 1 minute, which I thought was absolute bullshit. So that must mean they're fighting so fucking fast to where that was less than a minute. I'm like, how the fuck this is less than a minute? So anytime he smacks him, Merrim's just bouncing right back. So he smacks him. So look, this is my hand smacking Merrim. Merrim hits a wall, instantly jumps right back to him. So smacking him. He's fucking bitch slapping him. Fucking. But Merrim's taking no fucking damage. He's taking no damage. Taking no damage. I'm like, how the fuck he ain't taking? I'm like, how is he taking barely any damage to this bit? This dude is the greatest hunter of all time, the strongest of them all, and he's barely hurting him. He's barely hurting this dude. Barely hurting him. Then he said, okay, I got something else for you. So Merum is pretty much using his strategy of how he plays Gungi to his fight with Merum, with Neteru. He said, okay, I'm gonna find his rhythm, and then I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna find his rhythm. So Neteru says, okay, I got something for you. This dude, I don't know what the fuck this shit. He fucking opened up like a portal into the cosmos out of the statue's mouth. The statue blasts this supercharged beam. First he gets Merum, holds him in his hands with the statue's hands. He gets a fucking beam from the fucking cosmos. Just shoots the fuck. So that was supposed to vaporize him. Merum gets up. He's damaged. He has some cuts on him, some bruises, some cuts, but it did not cause serious injury. He's like, oh, that was a good attack. I'm like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no fucking way. Get the fuck out of here, man. What you mean? That was a strong attack. What? Now Neteru's like, that drained a lot of energy. He's like, what the fuck? Because that should have killed him. So Neteru, there's a bomb, a nuke, implanted in his chest. Neteru said, do not underestimate us humans. When he said that, Merum sensed that he had so much conviction that for the first time he got scared. He was like, the first time he had felt true fear. The fear that everybody else feels about him, he finally felt it himself. He's like, what the fuck? So Neteru, right here, he activates the nuke that was in his heart. It blows up. Blows up. Merum tries to escape, but he got caught in the blast. Now I'm thinking, okay, finally, he's fucking dead. It really shouldn't have took that much to beat this nigga. It should not have took even that much, but he's dead. Later to find out, the nigga somehow survived. Now, if he didn't get the help, he was going to die anyway, but they somehow Yuppie and Poof gave him some of their cells and stuff like that, and then it kind of revived him somewhat. And they said, oh, you know, he's even more stronger than he was before. Which I'm like, wait, so he just got nuked and he's still up? This is bull. So at this point, I say, yo, this is bullshit. So he goes out, but the nuke lost his memory, and now he's trying to find his memory, stuff like that. But then we find out, that he's poisoned. We eventually find out that all the two royal guards, they got poisoned by the radioactive waste, which that makes sense. A nuke just doesn't have firepower; it also has toxins. So now he's dying slowly from the radioactive waste, trying to find himself, trying to find his old memories. He eventually finds Kamuji, and at this point, we can see that he's kind of leaning more towards his good side, but he's still not fully there. And then they play one final game. He dies and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, he was starting to realize, okay, you know, like I shouldn't just think that I'm better than everybody. And there's humans out there that are very respectable, you know. So he died, stuff like that. And then Gon, he kills Pito using power. So with some of these abilities make no sense. He was somehow able to age into a grown man and hit her. It just made no sense. There's powers in this show that make sense, and then there's some things that make that move made no sense at all. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That makes no sense. So yeah, hold on. Yeah, so that didn't make no sense. I thought the Chimera ants were way overpowered. They were too much. They were way OP, too OP for me personally. I do not think they should have been that strong. They're just a combination of humans and animals. They should not have been that strong. And the queen, she only ate a couple of nin users that were mid-level, not high-level, mid-level. And yes, every human has aura, so they have like a certain level of aura, but still it's very small. And I would say she must have eaten at least, if I'm guessing, at least 3,000 to 5,000 humans with a couple of mid-level nin users. She should have not been able to create these soldiers, because like the high-level nin users were only equal. So remind you, you have the grunt, the officer, and the squadron leader, royal guard, then the king. The top level nin users were only equal to the fucking squadron leader, or just above them, equal or just above. So that means that they were not stronger than the royal guard or the king, which I thought that was complete bullshit, because she only ate a couple mid-level nin users, and she probably ate like 5,000 humans with little aura. So I did not think that would have been able to create these strong ass chimera ants. I thought that was complete bullshit. So the reason why they're that strong makes absolutely no sense. I can see them being stronger than a regular human. Obviously, if you combine a human with a bear, it's gonna be fucking strong. Or a human with a fucking crocodile or shark, gonna be strong, right? But combining a human with should not make a motherfucker this strong. So I thought that was some bullshit. That yeah, that was bullshit to me. So I guess you could say Neteru beat Meruem, but he didn't beat him instantly. He didn't beat. So you can say it was a draw because he also died in the process, or you can say he beat him. It basically depends on how you want to say it, because he died like hours after the explosion, after the toxin poisoned him, and then Kamaji died as well. I just thought it was fucking dumb, because Kamaji liked him. Oh, leader. I thought this was fucking, cause I guess no one ever gave her any compliment ever in her life, and she was blind, so she couldn't see that he was a fucking chimera ant. But I just thought her love for her love for him was fucking dumb. Leader. I just thought it was fucking stupid, but you know, I don't know, man. It was just, I mean, I can understand, but I don't know, man. But I was glad when Poof died and his fucking gay ass always getting fucking, oh, these cells taste so good. Yeah. I thought that was fucking ridiculous. But once it's crazy. Once they got to like the final part of the arc, that's when the show got fucking started to go trash a little bit. And the fight, and see, Hunter x Hunter, the fights in this show are not the best fights ever. Like, the fights are cool, but like even the fight with Neteru and Meruem, it was cool, but it wasn't like all that either. It was very short, and just the fights in this show are not the best either. So far, I will give this show a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. It's not garbage. There are some good moments, like yeah. I like the Hunter exam arc. I like the second half of the York New City arc. The first half was boring. The first half was complete fucking snooze fest. Second half was amazing. The Green Island arc, most of it was straight booty crack. There's a couple little good moments. The Chimera Ant arc was good. The whole arc was good up until the last final little part of it. That shit, it just wasn't good after that. People pulling moves and powers out their ass crack. It is like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? So, now the next arc is the chairman election, and I'm debating if I'm gonna watch that or not. If I do watch it, I'm gonna take a break before I watch it. But if I do decide to watch this arc, I'm not gonna watch no more Hunter x Hunter. Well, the anime ended, but they're still writing the manga. I'm not gonna read the Dark Continent arc because this show does not interest me that much to keep continuing the series. So, I am not. I do not recommend watching this show. There's some cool moments, but overall, it's not enough to watch. Oh man, you gotta watch this because there's so much boring stuff in here. It's just I wouldn't watch the show. They could have provided a better explanation for why these ants are so strong. Stupid. The conclusion to this arc was straight trash. It was trash, man. Yeah, it was trash. So, fucking trash, man. This arc did not need to be 61 episodes. They could have cut it down a little bit to make it not as long, but yeah. Pito, she lost to Gon fairly fast. Even though Gon should be able to whoop her ass like this, even though realistically he should be able to beat her easily, I would have preferred like a high diff battle, which it technically was high diff since Gon had to do that for him to beat her, but I don't know. But logically, he should be able to whoop her ass like that. These niggas is coming out the womb knowing how to do powers and shit. It's like, dude, even if you have the ability to use Nin, you still have to practice it, and you still have to know how to. These dudes just know how to do power. It just makes no sense. They're out the gate doing fucking powers and abilities and stuff like that. It's just, I just don't think that this makes no sense. Stronger than the strongest of hunters. It's terrible. So, yeah, Hunter x Hunter is not a good anime. It's not terrible, but it's not good. I do not recommend watch. There's way better animes out there you can watch besides this. Do not watch this. Skip it. People say, "Oh, once you get to this arc, man, that's when the series gets very great." It was really good up until the final part of this arc. Final part of this arc was trash. Merrim was not that good of a villain. He's okay. I was looking forward to liking Merrim, but he's not all that as a villain. He's not terrible. He's mid. The show is just a mid show. Show's mid. The show's just a mid. The only reason why I'm considering watching the chairman election arc is because this is where Gon meets his dad, supposedly. So I wanted to see what their conversation was going to be. But, oh my God, man. This show is just mid as fuck, man. It's not bad. It's just mid, man. Mid. Oh my God. But the best character is Kahlua. That's my favorite character, Kahlua. Kahlua is the best character in the show, and he's a side character. He's the best character, Kahlua. You know, Gon's cool, but Gon sometimes can be a fucking dumbass. Like when Kahlua said, "What about your mom?" Oh, I don't need to know about my mom because I have Aunt Mito. And then when they played the tape to find about info about his mom, he said, "No, I don't." No, I don't want to play that. They're like, dude, what the? I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm not watching no more. Like, if I do decide to watch that arc, I'm not watching anything else after that. Mark my word. I am not watching nothing else after that. I'm done with the show. If I decide to watch the arc, but if not, I'm done. No more HunterXHunter. I'm gonna watch something else more better than this. This is not good. It's mid. The arc was really good up until the last section. It started to get fucking ass. Once they entered the fucking castle, that's when it got fucking shitty. Everything else before that was good. Once they fucking entered the castle, it got shitty. I mean, there's a couple of episodes before that was kind of mid, but most of it was good, man. So, HunterXHunter gets a 5 out of 10 from me. That's all I got to say. I'm out.